Post-Olympic heritage in all the world is one of the main challenges and big issues. Why do one countries keep these spaces unused, adaptational or marginalized, and in other countries they become new points of growth, innovation and education? There were just very few successful examples, and one of such territories is the Innovational Territory of Development and Education, Sirius, the first federal territory established by the President. Elena Vladimirovna Shmelyova, the chairman of the board of the Federal Territory of Sirius. Dear colleagues, dear international experts and practitioners, I congratulate all of you for having such formative event, and we have learned so many new things, and we propose to discuss them internationally. Why? Because we have very noble aims and values which we lay into the foundation of programs, first of all for our children, and then dictate us all those things that are happening around those programs, around the children's school project. We have unprecedented example, an example which has shown us, and the President of Russian Federation, Vladimir Putin, has passed an unprecedented decision to hand over the heritage of Olympics to children. This is a strategic investment which for 10, 20, 30 years has defined the professional development of our children. How did this happen? I will just contemplate a little bit aloud and will show you the results. I would only want to state that in the 9th year of our work, Vladimir Putin gave us the status of National Methodical Center of Work with Gifted Children. That's why in Sirius we united and gathered everything which is the best of our Soviet Polytechnic and professional school, and those things what we're doing all over Russia, which proved itself to be the best practices of the graduates, and this is developed by Sirius. That's why unprecedented change of the Constitution of Russian Federation, when the state undertakes responsibility not just for the education but also for raising the children. And those changes also had the changes introduced to the federal territory of Sirius. This is the first federal territory which was established by a special federal law and established for development of science, education, art and science. That's why we have an unprecedented opportunity to develop this together. It is very important for today's architectural and managerial discussion to introduce the notion of the federal territory. The Olympic heritage lives and develops around those facilities which are created by us, and we have already turned into the business eventful administrative center. We develop, and we are very grateful to you for your children who come to educational programs of our center. Up to the competition is up to 50 people per place, and children keep coming to us, and they study with outstanding teachers whom they met in Sirius. Then we established the Presidential Lyceum. We are completing the Federal Concert Center, which is the centrum or the pinnacle of all those ideas were used for children, and the relations with economic of the world and country. We have established the Innovational Technological University and Innovational Technological Center. That's how we have established these values on a small territory, because they are founded by the strongest, the smartest tutors and mentors, the leaders of their generations. That's why the National Methodological Center is based on those who who work on behalf of the adults and hints what steps should be taken by a school child, and we create the nutritional environment for that. It is related to children who come to science and technology, those who develop national culture, music, ballet, arts, and sports, and all those facilities, all these directions have obtained their unique own facilities. We build schools, we build additional facilities for culture. For example, this is our common educational school inside the campus of Sirius, and the comprehensive secondary music school, the 11th in our country. I would like to say that each of these buildings is an example of integrated programs of education and upbringing, and the constant artistic search, which is very important. By building such facilities, we say that sports and Olympics facilities are more and more accessible for professional athletes and for those who choose sports while studying at a college, school, university. We are training coaches, we are training tutors, we are training those who are working with the smallest children, with the youngest children, with those who want to do a lot of sports, and help our interdisciplinary scientific centers of sports helps to develop such programs, and the sports Olympics facilities train more and more programs because we more and more learn about the human genome, about opportunities of a human being. That's why Sirius has become a school which receives the children to specialized, unique educational programs of our universities, school children from all over the country. And in fact, we can see today that the concert hall of the Sirius, which invites outstanding artistic teams and the highest level professionals, such as the orchestra, symphonic orchestra of Tatarstan, with its directors Slatkovsky, Gergiev, Shalashov, and Aldugin. They are also mentors for our children. Thus, every month we launch intensive educational programs, which, in fact, and last year, opening the World Youth Festival, Putin said that all this helped to establish a city of the world youth in the south of Russia. And all this resulted in basic values which are introduced into the school children programs, help to maintain and are the targets for choosing this or that step and direction of development. That's why all those who pass to the next stage of education understand how their knowledge and talent can change quality of life. And we call it the scientific citizenship, when a person understands which kind of research he chooses, which technologies he chooses, because they change the life quality, the life environment. That's why I'm sure that today's meeting will make very many young people from BRICS, show them in those environments which educate them, which develop them. And Sirius also united such partners. A lot of innovational companies opened their representative offices to work with gifted youth, starting from school. And our Scientific Technological University of Sirius is also included into the solution of innovative tasks and the development of innovative structure as any partner who comes to Sirius. This is the connection in the environment, in the infrastructure with basic values, which made it possible to fill this infrastructure with basic programs which we consider to be very important for us and those generations who are following us. Thus, we understand the balanced development and what we will do with our new generations. This is how some places of the embankment in Sirius look like. The embankment of the Mzinka River, of the seashore. We can see that these the values of development of the family and values of a high professionalism we are applying to people who are expecting at our architectural competition, and I ask and invite all of you to become a jury of this competition and to share the tasks to highly esteemed architectural bureaus of the BRICS countries and to tell what we're expecting from the development of children. We would like to propose two innovational regions which are on the federal territory for a competition which we can prepare together and announce the submission of application on the 23rd of February in Abu Dhabi, as we have been invited by our colleagues to represent our educational programs as scientific, technological, and cultural and educational. And in this respect, everything that will be said here at the plenary session will be used as a foundation for the technical task of this competition, because considering Sirius as an environment which we are establishing from the kindergarten, and also using the examples which will be voiced today as the best practices, which give a consolidated effect for the development of the environments. Conclusions. We are making conclusions together, dynamically, and this dynamics demonstrates a lot of opportunities for those who follow us. That's why I invite all of you to come to Sirius, to take part in the competition of those young architects and economists, sociologists, philosophers, and most important, teachers who work with these teams, and invite to discuss what will be said here and will be reflected in the specifications of our competitions. That's why, colleagues, I think that today it is time when we learn ourselves and work together, and thus we are creating environments, and this is the only way to get the comprehensive result for raising and development of those who create and is responsible for the future generation. Climate, ecology, genetics, pedagogics, early development, all these are the key words which are used as a foundation of all our programs, facilities, and common plans. And I am sure with the interested participation, and most important, with very active practical contribution, our future will be rather meaningful in solving and changing life quality between us and those generations who are following us. Thank you very much for the work you are doing.
It is very symbolic that this announcement is made on the day of the Russian science. It emphasizes the role of Kazanysh as the environment for many events that are integrated into its agenda, going way beyond its official